All right, guys, welcome back to episode 5 of Forex Trend Trading Strategy. And in this episode, we'll be talking about how to enter a trend, where to enter, or how do I spot entry on the trend. Okay, so episode 1 we talked about what the trend is, which is the flow of the market. Episode 2 we talk about how to know the trend, the market structure. Are we breaking lows or are we breaking highs? Episode 3 we talked about what makes a trend, the structure of the trend, higher highs and higher lows. Episode 4 we talk about how do I join in the trend, which we talk about the phase we are in the present swing high and swing low of the market. Now we are in how to enter a trend, which is episode 5, which we are talking about where to enter and how to spot entry. All right, this episode is going to help in getting a good entry in the market. Now, what makes a good entry is the ability to know which phase you are in. The phase you are in gives you an expectation of what to do and what to expect from the market. So my expectation from the market is, if I get an impulse sell here, then I get a correction down to this zone, then I should be interested in selling here. Or if I get an impulse break here, a correction in form of any flag or anything, ascending channel or correction, whichever one of the chart patterns, then I love to see an impulse, a continuation or a larger correction. But because we are in an impulsive state, we might not get larger correction, we might get smaller correction because we are in that impulsive phase. We are done with the corrective phase. So the correction in this impulse phase are mostly on the lower time frame. So you can see the candlesticks will close bearish. We have few of this join up and down. We have few of the corrections. So these corrections are actually on a more lower time frame. Let's go down to weekly and we see. Now in the weekly, what am I looking for? I'm looking for chart pattern corrections. That's what I'm looking for. The same thing I'll be looking for on a daily. Now look at this. This seems to be a correction from here. This is a flag pattern, but look at how it behaves. It gives us a descending flag pattern that signifies that we are going up. But because I'm actually looking for sales, I'm not looking for buys. I won't be buying here. I'll be looking for sell. Now look at what I spot here. I spot this to mix an evening star. Then I would love to sell from here. Also, we have a correction here. This is a correction like this. This is how the market flowed first. This is a good setup for me, yeah, but markets sometimes, this is bearish engulfing. I would have loved to enter from here, and probably my stop would have been about above this high here. So look at it, you get an entry, I get taken out before market drop. So that happens sometimes. You don't need to beat yourself into it. All you need to do is to know your risk management level, so that stuff like this you won't get you won't be crying or you won't be frustrated about it. But because I know I will still be looking for more sell setup. Also, I will realize that this is a more deeper pullback or a more deeper correction, so I'll probably still extend my lines, because most times it doesn't come as perfect. I will probably still extend my line down here again and probably look for sell setups around here again. Okay, so now this is an evening star. Market took it out, did you see? So, and dropped. Okay, look at this. Did it print any sell setup? It didn't. It didn't print any sell setup. Look at this, is what I'm telling you about when market gets to this zone. Market may not print any sell setup. It will just start with one sell, second, third, and before you know it, market has moved. So most times all these setups are probably on lower time frame before you can see it. So let's move into a more lower time frame, which is the daily. Let's see what we have on the daily. So I'm actually looking for chart pattern. That's what I'm looking for to sell. I'm actually looking for chart patterns to sell. Mostly I do my entry on daily 4 hour and 15 minutes. 4 hour 15 minutes. Those are my zones that I like to find my entry. So if I get a 4 hour, then I might look at this now. This is another flag pattern here that signifies another entry. Look at this. This was 1, 2. So I have how many touch here? 1, 2, and approximately 3. This is where it started. Look at it. And I would have gotten a good entry here. This would have been a good entry at this evening bearish engulfing, and my stop will be above it. Note this, I might not take this on the daily, so don't expect me to take it on the daily. I might not take it on the daily. This is a 4 hour view. I might spot this on daily, then the next day I might just range to find sales between this daily high and this daily low, and once price gets inside I might see something beautiful, then I might start selling. So look at that. Also we have another one here. Remember I didn't close this. We have another one here. Look at this one here. This is a more larger correction. We have 1, 2, then I might say this is 1, and price pulled up from here. This is where I see a bullish engulfing. This is the bullish engulfing that pulled price back. So once it breaks it, I got this bearish. I would love to sell from here. My stop above it, then also I spot another flag. You can see I like structure entry a lot. I spot another flag here, and it moved 3 times here. 1, 2, 3. Then I spot another breakout, this evening star breakout here. My stop above it, then I'm dining. Also I spot another entry here. This is another. So these are what I'll be looking for on the next impulse phase, so that I can have more and more entry. And this is another one here, and this bearish engulfing might be my entry. Stop above this a little bit, then I'm going. Also you can see market will continue to give you correction inside that impulsive leg to continue the trend. So I can see one here, and I can also see that we have something like this, but it's pulled up higher, and we have something like this. So I can still have another entry here also. So I have two entry here, one at the close of this and the other at this bearish engulfing here. So this stop, this one stop should be above. Then you can see now price then gets, and we got taken out on this. By this I should have been on break even though, and spotting this morning star here should have been a problem. This morning star here should have been my problem on a daily. Oh, something is going on. If you spot this on a daily against your trend, you better we call it japa. Means you gotta run away, nigga. Alright, so I think that's that on this episode. I've been able to give you a few entries, how to spot entries. These are your entries. Don't joke with it. Most times I look out for touches, one touch, two touch. The top touch I know is gonna break, which is this touch. We have a break of this touch, so imagine entering here. Meanwhile, when one more thing I want to talk about in this zone, when you are in a corrective phase, if you are selling, you should be looking at the top trend to sell from. So imagine I'm selling here, I see another, I spot another evening star, I sell there. So this is what I do. If I'm selling in an impulse phase, I try to sell at the top of my trend. If I'm buying, I like to buy at the bottom of my trend. So if I'm selling, I'm looking at this top trend for sell setups. And let's say you have to be patient enough to let your candle form. This evening star, let's say I have this evening star and market pushed, this is about 90 pips, I push down here and I see this morning star, already I'm out. I wait for another setup. The next setup will be something around here, which is, let me zoom in. This looks like an evening star, but I would have been taken out. You can see 70 pips taken out here, and the frustration here is this: immediately you got taken out, you won't be interested in this other one, other sell. You won't, because the stop alone is too big. Mostly I like 50 pips. Yeah, I like 50 pips, but all this one is too big. So because I'm doing them on the daily, I actually use daily to just know that okay, we are in corrective phase, so I'm down to 4 hours and 15 minutes to spot. So all my charting, let me clean out all this, all my charting like this will be here on the daily, and I like my first, second, third touch, I'm down, I'm going down to 4 hour. I'm going down to 4 hour. So I think this is on hourly. Oh, it's not, on 15 minutes. So let me just try and see if I could put everything on hourly. If you don't know how to do it, just hold down your, once you click on one, hold down control, click on the next, 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 next. Next. Okay, let me do all this one first, then come back to the other ones. Why is it not doing now? Hold down control, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, let me just put this ones first. Hourly. Okay, then let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Visibility hourly. Then another one. 1, 2, 3, 1 here. Okay, don't want to follow the rule, no problem. One, 2. Okay, you did well. One, 2. Visibility hourly good. 1, 2. Okay, visibility and hourly. So weekly, daily, and hourly are for my charts. So my bias here is weekly, daily, and hourly. For spotting chart, then 4 hour, entries. 4 hour chart pattern, 15 minutes, entries. All right. All right. So let's go down to 4 hour. So you can see that the 4 hour charts, the daily charts, and the 4 hour charts are linked. You can see it's still very visible. So stick to this rule, follow it religiously, and you probably see some changes in your trading. Always, and make sure you tend to know what the market is doing, because most times, I won't lie to you, you bank loss, and don't let it be strange to you that you bank loss. Nah. Embrace loss, embrace it. That's the only fear in this trading game. Embrace it. Embrace loss. Embrace it a lot. Then it won't affect your psychology if you can embrace loss. Okay, so I think this is another correction zone. You can see that I only spot this on the 4 hour. I didn't spot it well on the higher time frame. So I think market used this high, and market did something like this, which is a flag pattern. I love to see flag pattern a lot, because it makes work easy. And look at a more, you don't see it always. This is, let me just give you a clue. This is one of the best entry, but you hardly see it in a flag pattern formation. if you get to see and look at this impulse, if you get to see this impulse, just know this is a correction. Just know now you are looking for sell. Look at this impulse. Look at how many candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. When price get to this resistance, it dropped massively. Know that we are ready to move. Immediately start looking for sell setups. Start looking for sell setups. So if I'm to use this inside of this will be my first entry here. Here will be my first entry. Then these two. So this is first touch, second touch. So this is first touch, second touch. So look at this. I would have sold here. My stop loss will be above this. Let's say 45 pips. See that? Now this is another entry, but I probably won't go in on this entry. I won't probably go in. I'm just being real. I'll probably not go in this entry here, because I'll still be waiting for this to put me in profit so that I can lock my profit. So this seems to be where it started. So most times you might not get all the entries, but the more back testing you do, remember this was my entry, this zone here is my entry. So price tends to come back to entry a lot. It's fine. So here would have been another entry on this candle, this strong. I like to see a powerful candle to a non-powerful candle, which is let me zoom in so that you can see. This sell candle to this buy candle is very transparent, in the sense that this tells me that there is more power in sell to this buy candle. So I would have preferred to enter from here, because it's this like breaking out of this. You realize it now, it's like breaking out. So I would have jumped in on this sell from here. My stop will probably be the highest point here. What's the highest point here? Is 28, let's say 30 pips. Then I would have been holding. This is another entry. This is the first candle correction, and the wicks went downwards. Not like this. Okay. Then the next one will be probably this. The wicks went upward, so it's still looking like a flag pattern. So I would have been in from this one also. This is an evening star. The length closed below, but the body didn't close. But the body against this doji told me, with the bias that I have that I'm selling, I'm just looking for sell opportunities. So here might be like 25 pips here. Then let me zoom out. So in this zone here, probably this day, you might have just, this is risk entry, which is getting entry here. This first evening bearish engulfing. It's a risk entry. So how many entries here now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 4 entries. So in episode 5, we've seen how to enter. I've shown you where to enter, how to spot your entry, and if I reset this back, this is what we actually be looking for here. So in buy entry here, what do I have here? I have you can see price broke out of this trend here. Immediately price broke out of this trend. I'm looking for buy setups. Okay, so what are my buy setups? My buy setups are impulse and corrections, still the same. So did I see any impulse and correction? No. What am I seeing in this zone? I'm only seeing some kind of ascending channel to drop, ascending channel here. Okay, this is a form of rejection down to this downside. It didn't reject, it broke out. Okay, after breaking out, I know it will reverse back. It created a double bottom, one here, so I'm expecting that this will be my neckline here. So will price come back to revisit this zone, hopefully, but all the way this also look like after breaking out we have a correction, and look at the correction. First touch, second touch, third touch, we broke out. So immediately we broke out of this, I'll be expecting price to revisit this neckline, and price didn't come to revisit it, but price gave me something here, which is kind of a flag pattern here. I have 2 here, so 1, 2. I'll be expecting to buy at the 3rd touch. So this is the first, second, the 3rd. I'll be looking out for the 3rd. So the 3rd here, I have a bullish engulfing. I would have entered after the close of that bullish engulfing candle. Oh, sorry. I said the close of, this is the close of the bullish engulfing candle here. My will be like let's say 50 pips, 50 pips. Then I will have bank, I'll be going. Then I have another setup here. This looks like, okay, this is another sell. This is not a buy setup, this is a sell setup at this, because this is an ascending. If it's ascending, it's going to fall. It is descending, it's going to go high. So this is the one I'm interested in, the one that is falling, which is descending. This here, okay, this here is the one I'll be interested in. Yeah, I am. Okay, I won't be interested in this. Why? Because I'm buying, so I don't want to see an ascending. I only want to see a descending so I could buy. So if it's ascending, I know it's coming downward, so I would have closed this position probably somewhere first touch, second touch here, or probably first touch, second touch here. I would have put my break even to probably this zone and just watch. Then if I see this on time, this evening star on time is a self setup, I'll just use break even to break even, probably might just bank some few, but I was looking for buy setups in this zone, so I'll look for another buy setups. Once it breaks out here with bullish engulfing. I may not get entry though, because it's not really clean as I want. Look at the candle, is not really clean. This is a twister top. It closed bullish, the same heights and the same low, twister top. So I might not, but when I see candles out here, I would love to see an impulse. But when you have a descending channel, when price breaks out, know that price is coming back to the initial break, the initial trend of the downtrend. This is 90%. So if I want to miss it, then if I don't want to miss this 90% reversal, if I don't want to miss this 90%, I should have found my entry around here. So if I should find my entry, I can see that this is a double top. Price rejected here, rejected here. This is the neckline. So this is what I would have done because I didn't get any clear confirmation. So I would have been looking at this. I like double tops, double bottom. I like them a lot because they help me in telling me where I'm going. So breakout retest, this is where I'll be looking to buy, but you can see now there's no strong bullish candlesticks here that would have given me a go ahead to buy. That's what I like. I don't see money. Look at the bullish engulfing, too big. So sometimes risk entry, you risk it and put your entry immediately on that neckline. Your stop loss would be at this highest low. 50 pips is okay then, but I probably won't do that at that time. I'll be looking. I like to see confirmation candle. This twister top would have been an entry, but it isn't for me, so probably I would as well let this go, and I'll be looking for. You can see now we are in another phase here now, and this phase is this phase here. You can see this phase now. This is an ascending, which signifies that price will probably go down. So I'm interested in buying, not in selling here, because price has not yet reached my sell zone. So this also has a 90%, which is here. This is the 90% here. So this is the entry. Look at this entry here. Here is the entry. This 75 pips, not bad. Then what am I targeting here? That's 1 to 1 or so. Sometimes if you are lucky, you get entry around, let's see, let me say 40 for example, and you joined in this week. That would have been a sweet trade. All right, go through episode 4 again and again, like, subscribe, and the last episode